Welcome to the Old Heads Podcast. This is grown folks' business. Time to check the culture. I'm tired of sucker shit is over. I'm tired of it. Old heads taking over. We tired of it. Cause we tired of the bullshit. We tired of the bullshit. Time to check the culture. I'm tired of it. Sucker shit is over. I'm tired of it. Old heads taking over. We tired of it. Cause we tired of the bullshit.
I almost need a little goddamn thing.
Hey, we are in the building. Making sure everybody can hear us properly. I'm pretty sure you can. I see the little green light thing going. Welcome to the Old Heads Podcast. It's grown folks' business, man. Episode 6. We missed last week. It was the holidays and people not feeling well. I wasn't feeling well, Bob wasn't feeling well, and I'm a firm believer in listening to your body. And so we chose to go ahead and not force anything, not do it at an odd time, so we're back, week 6, welcome. How you doing today, Bob?
Good, my nigga. What's the word? Just feeling real good today. Woke up feeling great. Back in the podcast spirit. Took me about a week to heal.
Yeah.
And I wasn't feeling none of that, but I'm feeling good to be back. You dig?
No doubt it do feel good to be back. I'm not all the way healed myself. I had a pinched nerve or something, man, and it was like
we real old heads.
Yeah, it took me out the game. Well, here's what really happened.
Hold on. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
To
everyone. Happy New Year to all of y'all. Here's what really did me though. All right, and this is almost embarrassing, but I'm gonna share it, right? So every Christmas, I buy my family. If you're gonna get presents from me, but one thing you're definitely getting is a book every single year.
Yeah.
And I take my time. I pick the books for every individual person, And so I went to Barnes and Noble. It's 2 floors. I had this big old list, but I already had a little pinched nerve. And they didn't have like a cart. So I had one of them little plastic baskets that you get like at the grocery store. So I had it over my arm. And I'm so, focused on just the books and finding what I need, looking at my phone, making sure that I walked around this damn bookstore for like almost 2 hours with I think I bought like 20 some books, bro. And you know what I mean? So, and then I'm holding it. And then it wasn't until the next day that I realized like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can't
you
really.
Just hurt my arm. With that shit.
Yeah, you can't really do that. So, yeah, man. Hope everybody's holidays were great. Didn't feel as holiday-ish this year. It's been feeling less and less like that for me, I guess. My kids are getting older, so the little kids are what really make the holidays big. Yeah, my granddaughter's just not 1 yet, so she ain't quite ready yet. So
they coming. Hey, empty them pockets, Papa.
Oh yeah.
All motherfucking every holiday.
Yes, sir.
But hold on. Before we go on, today is my daughter's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Juliana, my oldest baby. And so we got a real story, me and her. Her mom tried like she was my baby.
Yeah.
And then she didn't bring. My daughter looked me up and found me. What you looking at?
I'm sorry. Because I know so. Go ahead, keep talking.
Okay. So my daughter found me on Facebook, and she say, "I think you my daddy."
Yeah.
So I've been knowing all along.
How old was she?
She was 17.
Okay.
And so this today, I don't, like we got what, hold on, that was 2000. I actually don't know what year it was, but
Back
she
in the
was 17.
1900s.
If I do the math, let me see, 2000, probably 10 almost,
Yeah,
somewhere around there. She came into my life and found me on Facebook and said, "I think that's you're my dad." And I said, "Well, is your mom named Crystal? Because I've been waiting on this shit,
yeah.
And she
So
said,
you had an inkling.
"Well, yeah, I know who what I did out here,
Yeah.
So I put her through the test, and I said, "Hey, who's your mama? Is it Crystal? She Mexican? You Mexican? What's happening?"
Yeah.
And she came and told me, and I said, "Oh my God, it finally happened. I've been waiting on this day."
Yeah.
Because I knew she was mine, but her mama said she wasn't. So hey,
Yeah.
I ain't even want her to be mine, but I knew she was mine. You know how it is. Or maybe you don't. maybe you don't. But but anyway, it's beautiful now because it was so emotional in the beginning.
Yeah.
In the beginning, she just didn't know if I was gonna accept her. I didn't know if she was gonna accept me. And one look at each other, we're like, "Oh my God!" I don't know if you ever watched Godzilla and Godzuki, but when they touch each other, they like, "Oh my God!" I went and seen her up at Topeka West. That's where she was going to high school because they wanted to see me in a safe environment.
Yeah.
And I took her roses. She was a little cheerleader and shit, and they come getting her out of school, and her brother on her mama, on her mama's side, he was real protective.
Yeah.
Like shit, I don't know. I'm like, boy, sit down somewhere. You see, she looked just like me.
Yeah.
So it's a story in a story.
Yeah.
And now we're here. She done is all these years later. She done got her last name changed. She's a white officially. She got to get her new ID as of now.
Yeah.
And she can't come back with that old name. So now she been got her name changed, but I think maybe a year or two. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's a whole story now, man, and my baby's part of the team.
There
So
you
the
go.
dream team, goddamn
So
it.
here's what I was doing. Right. You
Mhm.
probably can't hear it. Here, let me turn it up. Hold
Yeah.
on. Here's what I was doing. Yeah, because we gonna salute that, right?
Right.
I done found the damn sound effects and shit. So we just got an applause for that, right?
Okay.
Oh, hold on, here we go. Yeah. Sorry, y'all. We just chilling. We having fun.
Hey, focus. Focus.
My bad, y'all.
Hey, hold on. I just want to give a birthday shout out to my baby because
No
it's
doubt.
her day and I'm busy today with this, but I'm gonna pull up on her when we done.
That's what's
So
up. That's what's up. Well, happy birthday, Juliana. Yeah, she is part of the team. She supports the old heads and everything we do. Even just I think our last episode, she was like, "I'll come help." Like
oh yeah, she
so.
ready to do
Happy
the thing.
birthday! Enjoy your day. Definitely enjoy your day. So and then I guess we got a couple more birthdays and something we're gonna start doing every week. Doc, if you hear, what I'm saying, it was inspired by you in the Morning Madness show, is making sure we catch everybody's birthdays throughout the week. We might not catch everybody, but we're gonna make it a point to catch people and give you your shout out and your flowers when it's your day. So Dawn LeMay, it's also her birthday today. Dawn is one of the people that jumped out the plane with me. That's my sister. They call us the dynamic duo. I love her, man. She runs around, you know, she's at rock festivals and in movies, and Dawn's just a rock star overall. So happy birthday, Dawn. And then Pop's birthday was on the second. You know, I mean, you know, it's a heavenly birthday, but you know, I still took some time to honor him. You know what I mean? So shout out, Pop. I know you're doing it big. You got it lit.
Yeah.
You
Was it
know,
emotional for you?
it was a little bit. I mean, I really took my time in healing and mourning, because it was like, to be honest, that whole experience is probably one of the hardest things I've ever went through. Like it was hard, bro, and just
I lose
emotionally.
track of time. How long has it been?
So in July, he'll be gone 2 years.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
so
Cause for some reason for me, but that's right. You're right.
yeah.
You're right. That's right.
So and it's just something I learned. I unfortunately, you know, lost my mother not too long before that, and then you know, there's been a lot of friends. I think I'm not even gonna name the number because that's just ridiculous, right? But like, there's been a lot of friends. There's been a lot.
Yeah.
So when it comes to mourning, I understand that it takes time, and
Yeah.
there's no set limit. It's just kind of, you kind of got to find your way, and there's not nothing anyone could say, you know. And I understood that, so I definitely just took my time to just deal with that, you know. And it's, I'm still emotional about it. His birthday pop up is still hard, but you know, me and him were in a great place, and you know, we had some great adventures, man, and that's my guy, and he's still with me all the time. I feel him. So shout out, Pop, happy birthday.
Already.
And then kind of leaning into that, you know what I'm saying, I want to take a second and just send my respects to the Butler family. um
Of
you
course.
know, Mr. Butler passed a couple days ago, and you know, I had the honor of interviewing him on the Deeply Rooted podcast, and I remember, that was a few years back, so I haven't watched it. I plan on watching it here in the next couple of days, but I remember after doing all those 50 episodes that I did, that was one of my favorite.
Yeah.
You sent, I don't know if you called in or you sent a message. I think you
No,
sent a
I did. I
message.
did. I
Yeah,
watched that when you did it,
yeah,
and then I watched it again just the other day when you posted it, and then I posted it, and nah, it's very touching to me, because to me those are like no brainer interviews.
yeah,
You know, you got somebody that's part of the community that's beloved, and he's of age, and you know he needs his flowers. You know, he done did some work in the community, and somebody from the public needs to say thank you.
no doubt.
You feel me?
Yeah. And you know, the craziest thing, what I noticed was his impact wasn't just for this certain moment. There was many generations from you to kids that I know are in their early 20s, or you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like it was literally a legacy he left
I
for
remember the
all of us
day he
that
stepped
encountered
on
him.
the scene because his son went to school with us,
Yeah,
and I remember the day he came because I was already there. We already had Mr. Harris,
yeah,
you know, Howard and Harold's daddy, and he pulled up, and it just helped. It was a lot of us kids who had dads that wasn't showing up to the games or practice, or you know, telling us when the coach push us too hard, you know, we get mad all in our feelings and ready to quit,
yeah,
and be them fathers walking up, hey son, come here, let me talk to you, you know,
yeah,
and you mad, oh man, ooh, you know, just ready to go off, damn near crying and stuff, and they, hey, it's gonna build character, son, and saying the things to you that you say to your kids that I would have said to mine had I been free.
yeah,
You feel me? You know, I didn't get that opportunity to root my babies on.
yeah,
You know, So hats off, Mr. Butler, man.
No doubt. And let
That's
me
the
point out one other thing, because I've been having this conversation here of late, because people have been asking me for years, like, why I'm not more involved in the community,
yeah,
right? Um, and while I've, had different things, we had Man Up, we did the youth thing, the podcast or whatever, but in the local community and the youth, especially the last few years, because of just, it's been a tough few years for these kids around here.
yeah,
And I was just having this conversation with Dang. It's like I always felt like I needed to make sure that I got my own house in order and my kids were good, right?
yeah,
And the reason I think that, do you guys remember on KPRS there used to be Alvin Brooks with the ad
yeah,
hoc group
yeah,
against crime?
yeah.
All right, so Alvin Brooks he was our Jesse Jackson or Reverend Al Sharpton of Kansas City, right? You would hear him on the radio all the time.
Yeah,
But then you
yeah,
would also hear, if you come from a different world, you would also hear about his son and what his son was actually out here doing. And he
yeah,
was like a real menace. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I always thought about that. Like, I'm not ever gonna be that, where I take the energy away from my own kids. So I bring that up to say, if you look at Mr. Butler's kids, his daughter went to college to
yeah.
play basketball. His son went to college to play. Both his sons went to college to play basketball. His grandson, his nephew, he took in somebody else's kids and still had the time and the energy to affect other people's kids. You
And
see what I'm saying?
in watching your podcast, I picked up that he was from Chicago.
Yeah,
Okay. And he didn't have it like that, you
yeah,
know. He's got a story in a story. All these stories start somewhere. You plant your seed and do your best.
yeah,
And he planted his seeds. He had his kids. He became part of the community. He didn't give up on dang near anybody.
yeah,
He roots you on in grown life. He catch you when you come back from prison. Boy, you get your shit together yet?
yeah,
And he have, that was the beauty of him, because he talks to you as a kid. Then when you get in trouble, you're a little bit older, he come back and he might even call you a nigga. Hey, nigga, fuck wrong with you, boy? And you get that kind of interaction that you don't even get with your own self daddy, because your own self daddy is sugarcoating the bullshit.
yeah,
You feel me?
yeah,
Your daddy trying to make excuses for his behavior. And so he allowing you to do this bullshit. And
yeah,
Mr. Butler is the old man at the school that's like, now you know your daddy wrong for that shit.
yeah.
You know?
And
We
I
need
think
that.
we all need a little bit of Mr. Butler.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like in terms of how we show up in the world. We all can learn something from how he showed up in the world. So, you know, once again, condolences to the Butler family. Um,
Yeah,
the
it's
old
really
heads
good.
are going to attend any service that is had. I can't speak for him, my bad, because we
Yeah.
didn't talk about it. But I am definitely going.
Yeah, you let
Just
me
for the
find out.
community.
I'll pull up.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
for real.
so yeah, there's that. And then right quick, let me look. How many people we got in here? We got 9. For everybody here, just do me a favor and just share this out, like it. We have some actual giveaways coming up on, our final episode for this season will be episode 10. We're on 6 right now. So tap in. But yeah, do me a favor and just hit the share button. Let people know we're live. If you enjoy the conversation, if you learn from the conversation, let's spread it. This is a movement that we're trying to start. Not even try. I can't even believe I said that.
Yeah.
Trying is a bad word in my world,
Yeah, it's
right?
already
Yeah,
started.
it's
Pimp.
already started,
It's
right?
going.
That we're in the midst of right here.
I mean, I don't know. You must ain't watched Mars video yet.
That's another thing. See, we had a big week. We missed a couple weeks. So the Mars video came out. Mars is a star, that hippo hop, pinned by the old heads, which was great. I went to the space. It was more, they were more kind of just straightforward. I came in and said, what's up? They did do like some type of raffle or whatever. I don't know how much they made, but it was coming to us for this Tanganyika field trip, which, by the way, we're in January, spring break coming up fast. So we really need to figure out a bus. What's this going to cost? Like I said, I looked at the prices. The prices are a little bit higher than I thought they were. But man, we got to start from the Mars Project, right? The Mars Project. And if you're into crypto, just so you know, Solana or anything like that, and you're looking for something to tuck a little money away in, go check out the Mars Project. They're doing real dope things over there. So shout out to them, because they're gonna, throw something at our bus rental, at whatever it is, to get out there to see Mars. Mars is a real star, bro.
Yeah, he is.
And he's got his own anthem. Old heads anthem.
Oh man, he got a big following. I went over just to, my daughter Juliana tagged me in it.
Yeah.
And he was, I just lost track. But the little dude was so popular.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't believe it. I said to myself right then and there, I said, screw it. I'm writing for Mars from here on out. I'm about to write Mars a whole damn album.
Hey, look, because hold on, Rocket just popped in, right? I just see that he popped in. So did you hear that? Because that's one thing they said on the spaces. They said, be ready, Tony, because we coming back for you guys. We need more songs, right?
Nah,
so you just heard him, John. He said he got a whole album coming for Mars, right?
Man, I'm serious about it.
And so I think that's super dope, man. But again, excuse me, I'm sorry. Again, we had a blast with that. And I did just shout out your project. I don't think we got a lot of crypto heads in here right now, John. But if you throw a link or something to like your X or something, just so people know, that'd be dope, man.
And put Mars in the game, because he's part of the team now.
Yeah.
Don't play about it. Post the video. we Mars got he on Apple.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna tell you what.
Yeah.
Mars went from a little tantrum to an anthem.
So now we got an anthem.
And when and hold on, and had a video, he got fans.
Yeah.
He's bigger than we ever been.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Mars is like the dude.
He really is. So if you haven't seen the video, check that out. I believe Bob shared it. I shared it. John's probably going to throw it in there. So I'm just really, guys, because at this point we're a lot more comfortable than we've been. And we're not in any rush. Are you leave? You got, because I mean, going over 20, 30 minutes, I ain't really tripping about it.
Nah, we good.
I just wanted to really get all of this stuff
we
out.
Down there an hour to the game, but we ain't good.
No doubt. And that's true too. So another thing I want to bring up that happened that was super, super dope, especially for me. So if you know my story in music, and I think we talked about this at some point, but I got my start in music really as an investor and not as a producer or a rapper or whatever. And we had the first I guess registered independent hip hop rap label in this town, and it was Mob Town. My man Dewan Flowers, Maurice. We call Reese Don Dilla. What he's got a lot of different monikers, but he's the first person to put a book in my hand. Icy Rock, who was the producer of that. If you know that name, that's where Tech Nine comes from. It comes directly out of the Rock Pit, which was Rock's basement. The first time I ever seen a young black man with production equipment,
Yeah.
like a whole, like real, you know,
Nah, they was big guys back
yeah,
then.
and so that music that we got recorded, because we almost got a whole album done. I haven't heard it since then for about 30 years because we never ended up getting it out. I moved on to other things. I started learning production.
Yeah.
So um it just resurfaced about a week ago, last few days, and I got to actually hear some of those records, all of them really, for the first time in 30 years. And I'll pass it to you, Bob, but the thing that stuck out the most, and I was talking to Reese about this because we talked. He was very emotional because he hadn't heard it. Nobody's
Yeah.
heard this shit, right? It's been tucked away on cassette tapes. Shout out to DJ Slice.
Man.
He's the one that got it, resurfaced it. But I was telling Reese, and Reese knows this because he was hearing what the words were. Everyone at the time kind of had this idea that this music wasn't dope.
Yeah.
For many reasons, just because hip hop in that culture at that time is ridiculous, But listening to it again, is something I'm very proud to be a part of, bro. Like it was really dope. That's how I came in the game.
Yeah, and we all came in the game that way because Reese is big in my story.
Yeah,
You know, I go back further before the music because I actually went to school with the dude.
yeah,
I got school tales of the cat, but that's neither here nor there. When we got grown, he seen something that nobody else saw,
yeah,
and little did he know he was planting seeds in you, me, and we ventured out. You from Mob Town, you got Black Fist, and then you got you, which was you was part of Mob Town. I mean, I was too until we just broke up fast. That's
yeah.
all. but but we was all in it together at the beginning. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
There was Josh and them. We had D Nice and I don't even know if you remember who that was, do you?
Yeah, D Nice is the engineer, right?
See, no,
Oh,
you
that's
don't.
D Alexander. No, I
No,
don't know no
D
D Nice.
Nice was his name was Derek Ogman.
Yeah,
That was Stacy Ogman, the basketball player's brother.
yeah.
And he was a singing fool, boy.
Maybe because I did hear some of those hooks where I'm like, damn, I don't even know who that is.
Oh
right?
man, D Nice was nice.
No, okay. As a matter of fact, I do. Yes, yes, yes,
yeah,
yes, yes,
he
yes,
was
yes.
nice.
Yes. And on one of those songs, that was my first time ever recording because I'm on the hook. I did a hook on one of those songs, right? So I got to hear my little young ass high pitched voice, for the first time. So that was dope. So basically, we got one of the songs loaded up. We're gonna play it right at the end, just so you know. Keep Your Hands Off My Mama was the song we chose.
Yeah.
Very powerful. Bob said it got him emotional. You
It
know
made
what I
me
mean?
cry immediately. I
Yeah.
couldn't even get through the damn song. I really had to stop the damn song about in the third verse because I was like, damn, that was a powerful song. Then he came back. I said, oh shit, I can't take no more. I said, fuck, I'm about to kill this nigga. And then when we just listened to it again, I was glad to know that he killed the nigga.
In the song, right?
In the song, yeah, the song.
So, and I was telling Bob, like, even way back then, now we're talking about 96, right? We shot a video at my mom's house with my mom and Rudy, Big Rudy, and Little Rudy, in the video, right? So Reese, wherever that's at, that's what I want to see, man. I want to see the video. I want to see my mama, man.
Ain't nobody got no videotapes.
He got
There's
it.
a bunch of
Somebody
videotapes
got it.
missing out there.
Yeah.
VHS and cassette killed us.
There's something that I'm glad got lost. Trust me. Yeah, trust me. We had a crazy party in middle school. So anyway, so Donovan, I do remember that name too, D. I see that. So we talked about Mob Town. I guess my only other thing, as we keep doing this, and we'll get into the actual topic for today. As we keep doing this, let us know if there's something you want to talk about, if there's something you want us to address, if you have something you want to address, just let us know. Inbox either one of us, So I definitely wanted to get that out there. And shit, I'm gonna try to get to this event right quick so I can see the.
I feel like I was telling you about adding some microphones to the play.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to, invite a guest or two here and there.
Yeah.
And then that way we open up the discussion like that. Because I really do want to get like a female perspective, but she got to be an old head. You feel me?
Sure.
Yeah, you can't be no youngins.
So I think that Mr. Butler interview kind of showed me the importance of that.
Oh yeah.
Right. Because for us, I know it's one of the motivations for us is like, kind of documenting.
That's right.
Us, right, and leaving something for the people that love us, when they want to come back. I've actually left a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we understand it, but see, this is where we come into play. The Mr. Butler is my father. How we are able to bring his songs back to life.
Yeah.
That didn't get justice during their time, and you just do the best you can to document the historical, because it's like historical evidence.
Yeah, and
we lose it.
You just capture their energy.
Yeah,
right. And because you get it in that episode. You get that he's
oh man, his smooth voice.
Yeah.
Just imagine what that interview does for his family.
No doubt.
So right now, Daddy's gone.
Yep.
But to be able to push play and see him and smiling and healthy and his deep voice, and he's not sick, and you feel me?
Yeah, I do, because we have a lot. I have that from the 1% Growth Club podcast. My dad used to show up every day and talk. Yeah. He would have something to say every day. And so I have all those recordings where I can go back and hear him give people advice, hear him go through his tough days and how he navigated it. And it's really dope. I actually need to do that. I've been kind of avoiding doing that. So I'm gonna make it a point to do that.
Nigga like me would take those things. I would love it so much that I'd write a song to every damn word the nigga said.
Yeah. I mean, Pop has some sayings, right? And this is one of his ones. This is how he closed every time he talked. He would say, "If no one's told you today, I love you for who you are and what you are. You're a beautiful child of God, and God don't make no trash."
Hey.
That's what he is saying every time, right?
Hey, rest in peace, son. I fuck with him. Your daddy was instrumental in my life.
Yeah.
I come up here from Topeka. I'm over on New Jersey Street. Nanny's strict as a motherfucker. Ain't let me go nowhere.
Yeah.
But here come your daddy rolling down the street.
Yeah.
That's Uncle Joe. Get in the truck. I said, I can't go with you. Boy, get in the truck. I'm gonna go put you to work. $5 an hour.
Yeah.
I said, oh, that's big money back in them days. You dig?
Yeah.
I come running in the house. I said, Nanny, Uncle Joe out there, he gonna let me get $5 an hour if I come work for him. And she said, fuck that. Tell him come in the house. So here he come. She give him a good look. Okay, I know who you is. All right. Where y'all gonna be? Up the street. Okay. And I go up there and he just spend some time with me and put some fat on my brain and make me earn my little money. And I spend a little day with him, make me $30,
Yeah.
$40. Go back home and man,
You know what's wild about that is that same house, that same work, still to this day. I hated it. I did not. Every time he took me out there and made me do that shit, he was making me do it. I did not want to do
he
it.
didn't pay you.
No,
I got paid.
no, he didn't pay me. He paid you.
Okay.
He didn't pay me. I was a slave. Shit. So but no, I understood it. I understood. It wasn't about
Yeah.
money. I actually understood later in life, and me and Pop came to this understanding that I don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? I use my brain more than I use my hands and the physical labor and all of that working he did kind of got something to do with why he's not here. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. He was
And
reckless.
did a lot and was
Yeah.
doing too much. And you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you know, like I said, we came to an understanding. I use my brain, you use your hands. We come together, we can do some things, right?
Yeah.
But it kind of leads me, to today's topic, right? Because it's all about communication and emotional intelligence, right? So most of the damage in our lives doesn't come from bad intentions. It comes from unspoken feelings, poor communication, and emotions we were never taught how to handle, right?
Yeah.
So in communication and emotional intelligence, in this episode, we'll dig into one of the most overlooked skills in personal growth, learning how to express what's going on inside you without reacting, shutting down, or causing unnecessary harm. It's about understanding that emotional intelligence isn't weakness, it's awareness, discipline, and self-control. And I think that's huge. Especially considering our last episode, right?
Yeah.
And it was about personal accountability. And you had your episode online, you know what I mean? And at emotional intelligence is you understanding, oh, I'm emotional. I might be making choices because I'm emotional. This is a state that I'm in, not a place that I live, right? Because you can live there. Bob could still be going back and forth with that dude and been done pulled up on him or still typing back and forth. At some point he made a conscious decision through his own understanding of his emotions that, you know what, that ain't good for me. Let me just move on. This shit is silly, right? That's emotional intelligence, understanding your feelings.
Yeah.
We talk about these young kids that shoot up, cities or whatever not, and really that's what's going on. They don't understand when they're mad how to deal with that, how to process that. They only
Give
know
yourself a timeout.
right? They don't have emotional intelligence. So as grown folks, this is something we need to be aware of and get on top of ourselves, is our own emotional intelligence.
Oh yeah. I had a friend, he's no longer with us, but his name was Henry Wilkes. Good friend, the best white friend I've ever had in my life.
Okay.
And anyway, I was in dealing with some bullshit in Topeka one day where I was actually out hunting some people, right? Truth is, I ain't want to find them, but I felt like I had no choice.
Yeah.
Just so happened that day, my daughter was born, and I'm up at the hospital with all these guns. And I called my buddy up to let him know I got a baby coming, right? And he say, okay, well, cool. He gonna come up to Topeka with a box of cigars for me, right? It's a girl, and we gonna take one of them cigars and break it down and roll us a blunt and smoke that bitch at the hospital. Like we was excited about that. And then he shows up at the hospital and we smoking blunt. I'm telling him about my
Yeah.
and I was like telling him, like, bro, I got into it with somebody and whoop de whoop whoop and it's on site and blah blah blah. And he looked at me and he said, bro, you sitting here going through the craziest shit I ever seen in my life. He said, dude, you just had a baby. You excited, you happy. And then at the same time, you saying that you gonna kill a motherfucker on sight. And I said, well, you know, it is what it is. He said, nah, Bob, I can't let you go out like that, bro. And this is when I knew he was my real friend. He said, please let me take these guns to Lawrence. And I said, what the fuck? No, you can't take my guns to Lawrence. He said, no, I'm taking these guns to Lawrence. You sit here and enjoy being a daddy.
Yeah.
He said, please, bro. He said, you too good of a man to not be focused on being a father right now.
Yeah.
And I said, damn, man, you right, bro. And it was a duffel bag full of guns, and he took them bitches and went on back to Lawrence, and they never came back to Topeka. Never.
The guns never.
The guns never came back to Topeka. I ended up not doing shit with. I ended up getting rid of the motherfuckers or whatever. But long story short, the Henry stopped me and made me pause, right? And this is what he told me. He said, bro, they your guns. I ain't gonna take your guns. He said, but I ain't gonna let you just go out here and fuck your life up. So he was like, what's gonna happen is if you need these guns, they're gonna be in Lawrence. But when you come to Lawrence to get them, I'm gonna talk you out of it again. That's what he told me. He said, I'm gonna talk you out of it again, and you'll have to go through me to do whatever it is you think you about to do. You know, and it ain't had nothing to do with him. He a white boy, Lawrence. The fuck he know about what's going on up here in Topeka? You know what I mean? So, but he was like, and then after that, he took it a step further. He said, bro, fuck Topeka. Come to Lawrence if you got to. Just come smoke with me, man. Come smoke and hang out with me. And bro, you too good of a dude to be on that shit. That's what you know, that was my guy, man.
Yeah.
I don't know where we was going with all that.
Well, I think just to bring it back on to the around to the topic, it's like there's a lot of things there. For one, emotional intelligence. He's trying to get you to understand that you're just having a moment and it's gonna pass.
Yeah, and it did.
This anger and if you distance and by making you have to travel to get the guns, that's giving you time.
Yeah,
right.
Gives you a time to cool off.
Right. Emotional intelligence is understanding that the anger shows up, sadness shows up, happiness shows up, like all of these things show up, but they have their reason and they're fleeting. They're not here permanently. You know what I mean? Now I know there's someone who says, well, you know, I've been sad since this happened, or I've been damaged since this happened. Well, I part of that is a choice. That's the choice, right? To say I'm staying in this place and I'm not leaving. I'm going to live here, right? That's why I always say it's not a home, right? It's a place to come, learn, and get the information that it brings. So I think that was great in that story. And then the communication part, right? It was him having the courage, because sometimes we're scared to have those uncomfortable conversations. That wasn't easy for him. This isn't something that he's ever had to deal with. And so for him to say, give me the guns, he's now taking on risk. He don't know what these guns have done, where they came from, what you're about to do. None of that, right? But instead, he chose to communicate. And so I think that was powerful in terms of, you know, just the topic overall.
Well, and hats off to my dude, man, because once I came from Topeka and went to Lawrence, I didn't feel the need to have them like that no more. You feel me? Like it was like you in that environment, so you feel like you need them.
Yeah, is that me working in industry studios, and I had
Yeah,
this,
that little
I had
quit
this,
shooting that little motherfucker.
I had this one client, right? So picture this: I'm an engineer at a studio. I work here. Whoever pays the studio time can work here, right? And but I have this client that's there. He's like 3-4 times a week. He's there in the morning. He likes to work in the morning, but the studio is in like a bad neighborhood, or the hood, whatever you want to call it, right? And he's from there, so for him, he's very comfortable here. Yeah. Right. So we come in, it's like 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm getting ready, whatever, turning the mic on, doing whatever, and he's getting ready. And there's a couch right behind where I sit. So I notice he pulls a gun out, puts it down here in the thing. Then he pulls another gun out and he puts it in the other side of the couch, in the other arm, right? Then he pulls a third gun out.
Hell no. Too many guns,
right? And pulls it under the couch. And I remember I was just looking at him and I said, bro, you know you don't gotta live like this, right?
Man, please move.
All you really have to do is move, fam. Like 3 guns. Yeah. This is what it says to me, because I'm a very literal and logical thinker. You're preparing for, and this is what I told him too. I said, bro, you're preparing for a scenario where you don't think the second gun is going to be enough. You've prepared for that scenario. That's crazy.
No, but those extra guns do have a purpose, because
I understand.
Sometimes there's a dude like me around that don't got a gun. And damn it, I want to shoot back too. So
yeah.
Shit.
And at the end of the day, it's just a mindset. It's a mindset. So
it is. We need to stay free of those environments.
And truly, and some of this stuff is choices.
Yeah.
Some of this stuff is self-inflicted. It's a lack of discipline. It's a lack of, because especially, and I kind of got into a heated argument about this one time, right? I think it was a news story about a mother in Chicago, and she had lost like 2 or 3 of her teenage boys. And she lived in O Block or wherever, one of them projects. And I'm like thinking as a parent, I'm like, we're gonna move. Like if I seen that was going on, so I don't know what the Lawrence or the Leavenworth or the Atchison or the Salina of Illinois is, but those places exist where you can get away. It's not this urban and crazy environment. And then but the argument turned into, well, everyone don't have the resources to just up and move. And I'm like, nah.
I don't give a fuck. We're gonna be in the car.
Nah. How much money does it actually cost them? What we talk about? A couple $1,000s? You're not gonna tell me that every one of those people in that position doesn't have a great tax return every year. They get about 10. You be looking at them like, damn, you got how much?
Well, priorities is something, man. It's discipline is something. Priorities, because you get what you need. In time of need, you go get what the fuck that requires, right?
If your kids are on the line, you would think.
Of course. So. I'm robbing something if I got to.
Right. If your kids are on my kids are out here ducking don't bullets.
Rob nobody, little kids. Or we grown-ups here. Yeah. So I shouldn't be no kids in this house. Yeah. But old heads, don't be robbing folks.
No, it shouldn't even be in your
But
mind.
I'm saying, there's no way in hell I'm gonna die getting what I gotta get for my
get my kids out of it. Like, and to me, that's just common sense. And now D says, You are only as old as the last unhealed emotional trauma, which is also why some people never seem emotionally older than 14 or 20. And I get that. I get that. No doubt. Especially coming from some of these areas, man, the PTSD is real, the trauma is real. I get it. But at the same time, somebody got to break the goddamn. So what we just going to we just going to let the kids not live past 15, 16 years old cuz we don't want to have the discipline to put together a deposit and get a U-Haul and move some shit? Like that don't even make sense.
Yeah, the babies at some point is going to take over the reins themselves if they're capable. You know, because I got some resilient friends from Lawrence and Topeka that I've seen come from the exact same environment, deal with the exact same bullshit, and choose a totally different path and do just fine. You know? So it's really up to you.
It really is. And that's why, and I know, I guess we're kind of getting kind of deep, but that's why I'm not really buying the damn racism victim card anymore, bro. I'm not buying it from convicted felons. I'm not, because we're in a different time.
Yeah.
You can start your own business. Go get a hot dog stand. There's a bunch of things. Nobody want to hire you. Do something. But what does that require? It requires learning, being uncomfortable, not being in a place where your gangster can get you something, right?
A lot of times they just want you to humble yourself. If you humble yourself and you come in there acting like a man that got some problems you need to fix, they gonna give you a shot. They're gonna say, "How serious are you?" And before you know it, you done stacked up some cheese.
And my point is, even if they don't give you a shot, make a shot. Right?
Of course.
Because if you got the balls to hop on the highway with a pack,
man, you ain't making enough money to justify what you getting ready to go through.
Well, I'm saying that same courage that you got to do that.
That's right.
Use that courage and go into an uncomfortable lane. Start a clothing business. Like there's, and my whole point is, I know situations are different for every person, so we're not taking it individual. I'm just talking about overall. And D said Chicago's a different type of poor, and I understand that too. But kinda, bro, because there's people in this world who pray for the water we pee in, bro.
Ooh.
Think about that.
I can't.
We got toilet water. I'm not talking about water that you've already peed in.
No, okay.
What I'm talking about is water that we just pee in.
Yeah.
We pee in clean water. And there's people out here who just want clean water. Right? They ain't got no toilet. They got a hole outside their house that they go to, right? I've seen it. And I'm not me being there personally, but I have friends that travel, and I've seen some of these things where what we think is actual poverty and having it bad, and man, somebody praying to be on Section 8 living in Chicago in O Block ducking bullets because they ducking bombs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it's real. Like, and if you put things in perspective, not everyone has emotionally matured past a certain level because of their trauma, but whatever. But you still lay down and have them kids. And I don't give a damn how emotionally old you are. You had them kids, and them kids ain't living long. And if that's your kids, and you say, "Well, I can't get out of here," I don't buy that shit. I'm sorry. It's just me, right? Everybody's different. Everybody's individual situation is different, but there's too many ways for you to get out of here. If you're living in Section 8 in Chicago, why that Section 8 won't work in Lawrence?
Well, I don't know. I think there's waiting lists and all kinds of other things to go on with all that.
And all of that.
But when it comes to my kids and myself, you know, because you can't play out here about nothing.
No, you really can't.
You know, you really can't. If you find yourself in a situation where it's time to go, you know, I got a brother that live in Atlanta. What's to stop me from going to visit him to cool off and letting him be my Henry now to keep me, talk me into some common sense. Damn, bro, because he tell me all the time. He said, bro, if you stay there, you stupid, and I just be like, damn, okay, but you got to hear that, you know,
Yeah.
shit, you all worked up over this and that and this and that. Get out of there.
Yeah.
Shit, do something different. Period. You know.
And it's choices. My thing is, what's easy? Because out of all the things I've done, the things that are easy, I don't even want to do them. Because,
Yeah.
right? Like, so it's not easy to work a job. It's not easy to have a business. It's not easy to work your way up out of O Block. It's not easy. But like, what's easy as compared to what? Right? When you're, and then this is all I keep saying, and let me keep reiterating, when your kids are actively in gangs and things like that. I'm talking about emergency situations, like when it's real.
Hey,
You know?
listen. I wasn't in no real bad shit, but I was bad.
Mhm.
Put it that way. I was a kid having sex. I was a kid selling drugs.
Mhm.
I was a kid drinking. I was a kid driving. I ain't had no driver's license. I was damn near, I thought I was grown.
Yeah.
And my mama said enough's enough. And she shipped me to Lawrence, away from all that. And when I got to Lawrence, I just told you, nigga, if in order for me to get out the house, your daddy had to come show his face. And
Yeah.
and what are y'all doing? And
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, I couldn't do shit but go down the street and work for your daddy.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't doing that, I could go hang out with Jolie Barfield because they knew he was a good kid. So they allowed me to be around him.
Yeah.
They allowed me to go play basketball at the community. Like, I didn't have no whole lot of choices when I got to Lawrence. You getting ready to be a kid, little nigga.
Yeah.
Fuck what you doing, what you been doing. You getting ready to be a child in a child's place because you been in Topeka just getting, like, I don't know what the fuck going on up in Topeka. My grandparents wasn't playing that shit when I got to the east side of Lawrence, Kansas. Nigga, I was in the house.
Yeah.
Shit. And what you gonna do with your babies that's just out there? If you love them, you gonna pull them back in, right?
You should.
You know?
You should. And we kind of went a different way, but it's the communication part, it's the emotional intelligence part, and understanding yourself, getting to love yourself, and loving yourself enough to have discipline, because discipline is actually the highest form of self-love.
Yeah.
Right? And the discipline, and it's the highest form of love, period. Like, especially like for your kids, right? Like, to have the discipline to say, I'm gonna make a plan. Because half the people, I say most of the people that tell you, oh, we can't get out of here, we ain't got the money to do it, they don't even know how much it costs. They never even looked into it to see what it would actually cost and say, well, how much does it cost? What you think it costs? $50,000 to move? Like, no, like, and so if you don't even have the discipline to do that,
we just don't know because we come from a lot of the same people, and we got good people in our family that will take you in if they see you crashing out like that.
yeah.
They'll pull you to the side. I was blessed to have Uncle D.
Mhm.
Uncle D was like my guardian angel.
Yeah.
He'd just pull up on me, and one time I was getting ready to, I told Uncle D, pull up with that thing because he had that Mac 11. I wanted to shoot it.
Yeah.
And he told me he was coming. I thought he was bringing it. And so he pulled up. I jumped in the car. I was like, where's that? He said, boy, I ain't letting you do that. We went down the street. And I was hot. I said, the nigga just pulled a gun on me. I was crying and shit. And he said, Blue. He called me Blue. He said, Blue, I'm not gonna let you. We just going. You go into my house. You
Yeah.
know, he just took me away from the South Side because the South Side was reckless, and we went to the East Side. And nigga just got our head right, you know. But I wanted that thing so I could do the block up. Shit, motherfucker put a gun to my head, Tom.
Well, let me get to these comments a little bit too before we
got some comments.
Yeah, we got a few comments. D been pretty active today. So first of all, I just want to shout out everybody that's in the comments. So you know, Rocket John, Demetrius, cousin Tasha, what's up, girl?
So we didn't mention Carlos Steele passing. That was, but you probably don't know him, do you?
I don't think I met him, no.
Okay, so from what I understand, he's T-Rail's manager. And I could be wrong, I don't know. But I heard it on I was actually watching Charleston White on YouTube, and somebody called his phone and said, hey, T-Rail's manager, Carlos Steele died. And I was like, well, damn, I know them people.
Yeah.
T-Rail, Carlos Steele. And anyway, I brought that up because one of our friends in here, Yasandra, she has a kid or two by Carlos, and he's my age. So he was one of the first. I think the name of their little group was Gucci Guys.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I don't know all the Topeka stuff because I moved to Lawrence. But if I recall right, I want to say the Gucci Guys and the was it Devious Minds. They got some stuff. I had a homeboy named Baba or someone. I can't remember everybody's name or nothing, but Carlos Steele was part of them dudes. And they were big during our time. They were like this is before your time, but when I was in high school, they was doing like little shows up at the Union up at KU. So you know, and all the black kids wanted to go up there and party up there. And it was big. They put on some nice little shows. Anyway, it was just cool to be a part of that little hip hop thing. And I wasn't even a part of it. I was just from Topeka. I lived in Lawrence. They was doing shows, so I was like in the mix because I knew the guys, and I was kind of mesmerized by their flashiness. And I actually wasn't a big fan because they come and swooped up. Carlos come pulled on Yasandra, and that was like our little girl from, you know, she wasn't like nobody's girl or nothing, but you know, she was like the bad girl from Lawrence. And you don't want the Topeka nigga to come pull that, you feel me? So it was like we was kind of low-key hating, you know, like, damn, old Topeka nigga come in here and with all that flashiness and stole ours, you know. So, but I was still admiring him for what he had did. You know, just having the balls to get on stage and dance and rap and sing and as a kid growing up, and he was my age, so they was coming here from Topeka doing this shit. I was in high school here in Lawrence, and I'm like, damn, niggas my age doing this shit, you know, and that was kind of big for me anyway.
Yeah,
you know, because it leads to where we at now. You feel me? So that's kind of goddamn. Chiefs lost to the Raiders.
Yeah,
the fuck out.
Well, Yasandra was the next person I was going to shout out anyway. So, you know, condolences to your family, to your daughters, or you know, I don't know if it's a son or a daughter, but you know, condolences to your family. That's always tough. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I see T-Rail kind of
and he died rough, bro. It wasn't no
Yeah.
It was an accident. It was abrupt, and
yeah, that's
you know,
always
those are
bad.
always harder than
Yeah. So, and then Trudy, Miss Trudy. That's my girl right there. Alejandro Garcia, what's up, brother? Demetrius, Knucklehead. Let's see who else we got. There you go. Yeah, there go Reese. What up, Reese?
What's up,
You
Reese?
just pulled up. We're actually about to play one of the Mob Town songs for you,
Oh
brother.
man, let's do it now.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, you want me to do it?
No, I got
You
it
got
right
it?
here.
Hey, Reese, no bullshit, man. This song is
Oh, hold on. Yeah, go ahead. You're talking. If I put it on, it's gonna cut you.
Okay. This song actually made me cry the other day. No bullshit. And I've only listened to it a couple times for the simple fact it's so deep and real that you really set the bar with this song. I really believe that. This song is like big for Lawrence hip hop. We said it earlier, but it gave us all the dream. It inspired us, and the message is so real. Motherfucker, put your hands on my mama.
Yeah.
Nigga, who can't feel that?
Yeah.
Tell me one man in the world that can't feel that.
Yeah.
Play this goddamn song, thought I'll choke a nigga down. Goddamn me. Nah, this is music, bro. This
to you, cause you was always a pretty sight. For Saraz and Mama D, I remember the nights of waking up to all the screaming and yelling, and for so many years, you loved the never treated you right. I know that times were hard, you had to hang tough. And being black in America only made it rough, but then it already was just to raise kids. And with this man that you had, I always thought I'd live to see the days and ways I'd have to see you suffer. From a punk who beat women, I like to call him Buster. Every time I see his face, see I'm a start some drama. I think I told his ass before to keep his hands off my mama.
Keep your hands off my mama, and everything will be alright, cause it bothers me.
Keep your hands off my mama.
Keep your hands off my mama, and everything will be alright, cause it bothers me.
Hearing the deadly screams of a terrified mama, taking care of her kids while she's going through the trauma, waking up every day with a new bruise, a new cut, and thinking, is it hell or a new day? Working like a slave while her man is constantly tipping it up for 40 ounces of that one liquor, and it's pissing me off. The feeling of her being helpless, not only overwhelming the mama, but the kids too. What else can she do? Always having to justify the reason of being behind on the job and wearing long sleeves in the summertime. The kids in the room hearing the glass shatter, but splattering, but he loves me to her, that's all that matters. Promises is how he's getting by to pass the time till another episode for another drama. That nigga's real good at putting women through that trauma, but try that shit around here, nigga, I'll make damn sure, yeah, you keep your hands off my mama.
Keep your hands off my mama, and everything will be alright, cause it bothers me.
Keep your hands off my mama.
Keep your hands off my mama, and everything will be alright, cause it bothers me.
See, Daddy wasn't a man you could trust in the beginning. He was cool and smooth. She swung at it and he curved at it through. Through all that heartache and pain, she remained in that game of tag. I hate it cause she hesitated and waited to get out cause of the kids that they procreated. Now she's constantly getting faded day to day by family and friends that she alienated. And to help seems like an effort wasted, but that's another closed chapter. But now it's time to go on and turn the page. Yeah, at a young man's rage. Guilty for the charges that's against me. That's why I'm doing time in the a cell for a first degree. Murder was the case, and as expected, what they gave. All because I took a gauge and conjured up the rage. Having flashbacks, sometimes I seen you on your hands and knees. Begging from exhaustion, even hoes from yelling, please. This behavior took its toll on me, I couldn't even sleep nights. Always dozing off in school, cause I was up at every bump in the night. Thinking to myself, why did we live like this? You told me things would get better, I never pictured this. That I'd have to do time for taking a man's life. You ask me how I feel about it, I don't even bite. I tell the world in a minute, just like I told the judge, he should have kept his hands to himself instead of putting them on my mama.
Keep your hands off of mama, and everything will be alright, cause it bothers me. Keep your hands off of mama, and everything will be alright, cause it bothers me. Oh, 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 oh. Gotta keep your hands off my mama. Keep your hands on my
Yeah.
Yeah,
1996, baby.
boy, that's a banger,
Man. Shout out Reese, man.
man.
You know,
That's history.
me and Bob were talking about this earlier, man. Like it's, you know, it's not understated and it doesn't go unrecognized, you know, the impact you had, bro. And it goes back to that courage to step out and say, I'm gonna do something that's never been done before, and I'm gonna put it together. And he put it together.
He did.
Listening to that, there's like 10, I don't know how many songs it was, like maybe 12 or something, but like it was a whole project. Like, you know, we was down in Atlanta, bro. I was down in Atlanta, like in offices and learned my big first lesson in the music business, you know. All shout, you know, to that brother, man. So thank you, bro. Love you
Man,
too, fam.
and thank you. Shit, no doubt. Love
Yeah.
you, man, for real, cause that started it. That started the whole that was the damn ignition we needed.
Yeah.
And boy, and it's been going ever since, whether it's been, you know, and really if you look at it now, you look at the offspring that me and you have had.
Yeah.
So we got it to our babies a lot earlier.
Yeah.
You know, with my son, man, and so just think of everything that comes with that. They had the Goonie gangs. You got Rudy, or Stu Wop. I mean, you got what's the little
Xavier.
blind dude,
Got
Speezy.
Xavier, Speezy.
You know, and I know they don't even think they probably part of Reese's umbrella,
Nah.
but you
It's-
are because you're a part of our umbrella.
Yeah.
You feel me?
If you ever, I use the image of a tree a lot. And you know, the Therapy Brothers, which is me, Will, the Weirdo, and Icy Rock, like my two dudes that I look up to as producers and shit. And we talk about it often. The tree,
Yeah.
you know, we all have a tree, and I'm proud of my tree. All of y'all, every single one, because if you've encountered me in this music business, I guarantee you, I tried to do something to help. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
just how I've wired because of people like Reese, right? And not people like Reese because of Reese,
Yeah.
right? Giving that game to me, where when I'm 19 and I'm at this crossroads where my life, I think I've told the story. I'm not gonna tell it now, but like I was at a real crossroads when he
Yeah.
came, and it was like,
As we all were.
yeah, it's like the devil on one shoulder and the angel on another, you know. And I saw the music as a way out. I turned down a basketball scholarship because I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, make money and do things I shouldn't have been doing. And, I had this realization that, who am I to thumb my nose at God for a talent he gave?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then so to have music pop back up, and now I got another talent, I had to go all in. And so anyone that I would encounter, I would want to give them the same thing Reese gave me, is a hope, right?
Yeah.
A vision of a way to do it. That's because we grew up in Lawrence. Let's be honest. For most of us, right? If you work at Hallmark, trash, work in the trash, Hallmark,
KU good, not paying
you
nothing,
know,
man.
plastic.
Yeah.
There's a few places where that's kind of the peak of what we do around here. And for me, it was never gonna be an option. And it was gonna be one way or this way. You know what I mean? So and it's life changing, life altering for me. And like you said, my tree that has bore a lot of fruit, and I'm proud of it. So shout out to every single one of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Cause your tree's big.
It really is.
Your tree is cause Reese starts my tree, but you also are part of my tree. That's the beautiful thing about trees. Got all these little limbs and they come together to make a whole thing.
Yeah.
You feel me? So, and I think I'm like, I got something to say. I got a lot of shit on my mind. It didn't start out like that.
Yeah.
It started out, I was just a nigga trying to make myself look like drug money was legal.
Yeah.
That's what it started out. Is there a way I could launder this money?
Yeah.
And then it was like, nigga, you ain't making that much goddamn money, nigga.
Yeah.
Get the fuck over yourself. You get to that point, like, but it started out just me thinking, and then I realized, damn, okay, I got some game. I could spit this shit too, And it took me a while to get there, but it all started with a little seed planted by Maurice.
Yeah. And life is in the building too. So life been in Hawaii for shit. He probably been there for 30 years. But
Right
he's
on.
the other
I know
artist.
who life is. I
Yeah.
went to nigga.
No, I'm letting them know.
Oh, okay, my
Like,
bad,
yeah,
my
yeah,
bad. Yeah.
He's the other artist on there. So, life, bro. He's if y'all don't remember, if you remember Channel 6, Sunflower Channel 6, he had a video playing, like the only hip hop video that they would play, right? Life was on there. So that's how I encountered Life for the first time. I saw his video before I knew him. You know what I mean? And again, for a young knucklehead, like the vision was enough. And so like to have the vision to say, oh damn, I can actually do this. But then to see people actually doing it,
Yeah.
man.
Nah, they was dope. I actually went to school with Life.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to call him by his real name. I forgot what we was.
That's what he goes by now. I mean, he ain't in here as Life.
Oh, he go by. Well, yeah, of course. We old now. What the fuck we look like?
Yeah.
But Hassan Davis, there you go. Because we was all in the same class. He my age too.
Yeah.
And I remember him, he was one of the ones like Carlos Steele that just had the balls. See, I just gave Carlos Steele props, but Life was actually in Lawrence doing the exact same thing, just not with all the extra people in the flash. You feel me? But he was dancing, he was rapping, and yeah.
Well, going back listening, I told Reese this too, like because again, y'all, it's been 30 years since I heard this shit.
Yeah.
Right. And in my mind, now in that time, I've had a 30-year career, as a producer. I've done a lot. I've done a lot of records, and so now my ear is professional.
Mm-hmm.
When I was listening to that music back in the day, my ear wasn't professional. So now that I put my professional ear on it, like it is really incredible. Like the music was incredible, bro. Like for the time, especially for the time, I challenge anyone. Like I assume Reese is gonna get this out somehow. You know what I'm saying? Now that he's got his hands on it, but like I challenge you to take anything from '96 and just play it back to back with that. And I guarantee you, it stands the test of time now. And so anything that stood the test of time from there, it's the same thing. It's man, the vibe was there, bro. You
Well,
really did a
remember
great
in our
job.
first episode, we said something about setting the bar high.
Yep.
Is what I aim to do for my little branches. Is set the bar so high to where you get anywhere near it, you're gonna be on the right path, you know. And I think that's what Reese did for all of us. He set the bar so high on that very first project
Yep.
that if you look at what came after that, all right, just take my very first Life's a Test out.
Mhm.
Take the I can't say the Underdogs was a part of they shit, but because you know that's kind of where I don't remember how it all worked out or what have you. But I had Kane with me. But anyway, reset the bar so high that when we came out, in order for us to even think we were dope, we had the bar set already.
For sure.
Nigga, it wasn't low. It wasn't no low bar.
No.
You better come in here acting like you know how to rap, be able to. I remember the first thing Reese taught me about breath.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even rapping then, but I was listening to him because I would attend the meetings.
Yeah.
And and Reese was, you know, he was a dictator in them damn meetings.
He was.
And he'd be hard on his artists and the people he'd be talking to. I'd be like, damn, Reese, you hard on these people, you know. But it's like he wanted perfection. You know, it was like you ever watch you know, it's like the image you get when you think of Prince dealing with his band.
James Brown. James Brown finding people. That'll be $5. You'd have missed the step 3 times. No, he really was like that. And to be honest, it carried over with me, right? Like, so you think about, and this is going to kind of lead us into another conversation, right? But for anybody that's out there that actually does music, right? And you write your songs and you get your first little 16 down and you get so excited and you move on. And see, nowadays you can just run to your kitchen or run to your basement and record it. So we didn't used to be able to do that, but you know, that ain't flying with Reese.
Nah.
That ain't flying in the Bomb Squad. You will rewrite that verse if it ain't right. You might have to write that verse 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times.
And matter of fact, if you can't do it,
somebody will step in.
Yeah.
And if you ever wanted to know why is Tone rapping on the Bomb Squad, that's it right there.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah,
Your verse can't get pulled.
Tone come get him.
Yeah, shit.
Right. So, but that you know, that work ethic is instilled in me. Like I don't just settle, and you know we do music together. We don't just settle when we do an album, man. You know how many times we went over these songs, how many songs we actually went through to whittle it down to 10.
We get it down to the very words, like the bro. You could have said the like we be tripping about pauses and just bro, your feeling wasn't right. You know, like we real perfectionists, and I think a lot of that comes from Reese.
And you know, I guess the message here, as we took our second to give Mobtown their flowers, right? I think the message here is for anyone, it's not just music, it's anything. Having the courage to step out and do something, you have no idea the ripple effect that can have and where that ends up in 30 years. I got a gold record, y'all.
Yeah.
Cause that man put a book in my hand and made me think a different way. Like, and do your research on how many records get released and then how many actually go gold. It's very rare. It's not.
Yeah.
It's like so. Shout out once again to Mobtown Hustlers. And I guess
And that's long overdue, because I'm gonna just say it. I feel like motherfuckers just kind of like overlook Reese, like they overlook me.
yeah,
You feel me? Now you got you a lot more in other people's mix with the producer shit, so they can't overlook you. You feel me? But with Reese, motherfuckers like just kind of bypass him as if he wasn't the motherfucker that started this shit and did this shit. And then with me, motherfuckers was just acting like I wasn't that nigga, you know, and then they come along and like they did this or whoever the fuck. It's like you just moved the nigga out the way. It's like, nah, pay your respect, because when it's dope, it's dope. A lot of these motherfuckers say what you want, but when you push play, nigga, do it make me want to push play again?
yeah.
You feel me? Because anybody could push play once. Here, listen to my goddamn song, but did it touch me? Am I gonna bump that motherfucker? Did I feel it? You feel me? And when the bar is set to where like I was telling my brother D the other day, I said, nigga, Bree set the bar right out the gate. Keep your hands off my mama.
Yeah.
Nigga, who the fuck in the world can't feel that? You feel me? There's not one motherfucker that I like anybody. A white man, a black man, a woman, a gay, fucking okay, my bad, damn, no cringe, they people too. Goddamn. I can't say gay.
No, you can, but I don't know like why why that even matter. That's all
it don't matter. That's my point.
Anybody.
Anybody. Don't cringe like that, bro.
I was like, damn.
Shit, gays gotta eat too. Shit, come on.
No, it wasn't that. No, that wasn't it. So D said he wanted to say he had something to do with all of us rapping. So I'll let you get that, D.
Ooh, D.
Yeah.
D got something to do with who?
All of us.
My brother?
Yeah. That's what he said. I'm just reading the comment. So, you know, before we wrap it up, you know, I do kind of want to lead this conversation, and I'll be careful how I say this, because I know sometimes people put weight on my words, right? But you know, there's a conversation happening here within this local music community, you know, and it don't even really matter what it's about. It's just something that kind of from where I'm sitting, that I want to kind of say to the community, right? Like, you know, to Bob's point where reset the bar high, it wasn't just with music, it was professionalism, it was reading books, it was learning the business, learning about publishing, learning about marketing, learning about pressing up, all of these things, right? It's because, let me say this, you're trying to enter the music business, right? So no business, no music. No music, no business, right? They go together. And, you know, it's a process. Take the time to make yourself a professional. It starts with the music, right? Take your time. Make great records. Rewrite the verse 8, 9 times until it's right. Take your time. Take your craft seriously and make yourself a professional. You want to be respected as a professional, but you're not doing the things that professionals do. And if you don't know what that is, this is 2025, 2026. There's so much information out here, y'all. Like, and we were in the 90s. The book he put in my hand was this damn thick. It was crazy. And I didn't read the whole thing. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I read that whole thing. Who the hell did? I hope you didn't, because it changed by the time you got done. You know what I'm saying? But my point is, once you have the music and it's professional music and you've taken the time, you invested in the right studios, the right producers, you've done it the right way. So we're not talking about 100 songs. You just need one nowadays, two, right? Once you've done that, then understand that the business part now comes in, the marketing, the registering, knowing where to register so you're not missing money, you know? Make yourself a professional with the business side of it, right? And then people will start to take you serious. Then you're able to accumulate a fan base and have people know where you're performing, know when you're performing, know your songs when they get there, because you have the infrastructure and you've set the foundation up properly to capture all of that and to take care of all of that ahead of time. If you want to be a professional, you have to do the things that professionals do. Stop sitting around jonesing off for dopamine hits because you feel like your little verse sounds as good as a young boy verse, or it sound like, you know what I mean? Like, take some time. Follow the example of Reese. Be a dictator. Get mad. Holler about it. The verse ain't right, fam. We're not coming out with this music and in front of the world and trying to do shows if we ain't got our shit together. That's why that Mob Town never came out.
Yeah.
We wasn't ready. We was, but there was other things. It had to all be complete.
Yeah.
You know?
Cause
So
you could make the music. We all been sitting on this music.
no doubt.
We could do shows. We got music. We could do shows, but where does it go after that?
Yeah.
Cause that's, let's call it what I like to call that practice.
For sure.
Cause you ain't got to the paper yet.
And you know, here's the funny thing. And this, when we're talking about this, is exact. I'm glad you brought that up, because this is a great point. Okay, if you had your shit together and you made yourself a professional, and before you did anything with those songs, you got them registered, and you understood that you do a show at such and such, and there's 5 people there, there's publishing money on the table for you. They actually will pay you to do that. It's not going to be a lot. And I'm not talking about the club. I'm talking about BMI. I'm talking about ASCAP, right? And here's a real piece of game for you. For y'all that are streaming, that are online, that are doing this, if you set your things up properly, you can get that publishing check from doing a free concert. If we just broke out and started doing music right now and did a live performance, even if nobody paid to come see it, there's publishing money there, right? So where they say, well, there's no money in it. Well, you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't. So take the time to know. That's my advice to this entire scene. Come on, y'all. Stop. Get out the mirror. Get out your ego. Get in a book. Get in a podcast. Get in a course. Spend a little money. And every one of y'all know you can holler at me. I may not get right back to you, but I got you. I'll point you in the right direction every single time. So, my bad, Bob. I just wanted to get that out.
Nah, that's cool, bro. Ain't nothing. We're a community that's, even with me, because we all got branches here, and you still got yours, and I still got a few, you know, that haven't quite fallen off, and some new ones done grew on. Shout out to Kyle House, little white dude, but he, you know, is a kid that I watched grow up, and he ain't no kid no more. I think he just told me he's like 40 or something. And but anyway, he helped me finish the song that I've been wanting to do. And when he came, he got into the studio, and he was just like, just wanted to be a part of it, and he's got a lot of songs. And you know what the beauty is I told him what I needed, and he gave me a song that he's 40. He gave me a song, a verse that he wrote when he was 15 years old, right? And he was just spitting it for me, and I was like, "That'll work. Give it to me," you know. And he was like, "I was 15." I'm like, "Yeah, so what? It's emotional.
Yeah.
You saying the things that a child, the song's called Forgive My Father, and you're a kid. What better? What better? I couldn't have asked for this. I couldn't have wrote this up. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know how long I've been wanting to do that song, right? And I've but then it came together at the right time. And that boy told me this was a song he wrote for his dad when he was 15 years old.
Yeah.
And he shared it with me, and I liked it, and I said, "Well, if you allow me to put it on my song, boom, we'll merge the two together and we'll create this powerful song, you know." We did it, and boom. My point is that I brought, he's one of my, and he's 40. He's a man, the little dude got some shit, man. He rap, he sing, he got a little style that's different. He could rap fast like Eminem and shit. Like, dude's really dope.
That's what's up.
You feel me? And he's part of part of my little thing.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, man, it's what we doing here is we're reigniting our city. You feel me?
Yeah, Reese just said something about that. I don't know where it's at, but he did just say something about that. So and that's really what it's about. Just keeping motion and having to, let's not play studio. Let's not play rapper. Let's not play singer. Like you used to play house, where you show up for a little bit and you do it, and then it's like perfect your craft. Take something serious, man. If you want it, you don't have to tell us about it. We'll see it.
That's right.
We'll see
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You don't got to tell us. If you want it, we gonna know. Everybody should be looking at what Court Dog did in Kansas City. This dude's story is so great. He found a number. We talk about in the 90s. He found a number to the No Limit office, and he called nonstop until they took him serious, until they took his call. And he's been with No Limit ever since. And if you want it, go get it. So we're gonna get out y'all hair. You know what I mean? Thank you once again for tuning in, for all the comments. Reese, Life, thank you again.
Turning into a Reese episode.
And that's good though.
You feel me?
We took our time with this one, Bob. We got a lot of things out. So we'll see you guys next week. We're over halfway through. We really only at this point we got 4 episodes left for this first season. Then we'll make some improvements and we'll keep this thing going. So
did you tag
hold up, wait a minute, let me put some go nuts in
it. Oh, nigga, that shit was Diddy all day.
I was supposed to say pause.
Pause, goddamn me.
So I get that my mic ain't on.
Okay.
Go ahead and tell them. This
go nuts. What I'm telling them.
We giving away these.
Okay.
Giving away one black one, one pink one.
So the black one gotta go to a man, the pink one gotta go to a woman, right?
Well, I mean, I guess if that's your thing, some people.
No, we gotta keep it old here around here, don't we?
Nah, you just going in on me talking about. Never mind. Hey.
Yeah, stop it.
So basically,
those are these.
Yeah,
that's this. It's a razor. I actually had one till I messed up and lost piece of it. But anyway, it's actually a real good razor. It gets you real close.
Yep.
I use mine on my face and on my, but they got different things.
Yeah, there's
So
two heads on
there's
it.
two different heads.
You can take it in the shower. It's waterproof, so you can shave for women. You can shave your legs, your underarm, men, chest. If you hit the private spots, all of that.
Yeah, so you can like actually get down in your groins,
Yep.
without cutting yourself, and that's the beauty of this thing right here.
Yep. So that's our official sponsor for this show, Go Nuts. And like I said, we will be giving away one pink one and one black one at the end of the this season. So it's gonna be real simple. We're gonna ask you to go to our website, sign up, follow us on all our socials. If you do that, one person that's done, or two people, I guess, that have done all of that, we'll just pick one random one out of that. So much love, y'all. We will holler at y'all next week. Old Heads Podcast, this grown folks business.
Already. Peace.
Peace.